Hi, welcome to the small shed. You know what it's like when you're in prison and you're knocking the dates off the wall one by one and crossing them out every week? Just me then. Now, I've not done a video for about 7 weeks now. The content that's been coming out over the last 7 weeks was all done in January and February because we were off round to the other side of the world, and we've been there. We've had a brilliant holiday, got back without any problems, but unfortunately this virus situation with COVID-19 has completely screwed up all the plans I'd got for this week's output, and indeed for the next few weeks' output, because I had thought, oh, I'll come back, have a day or two with getting over jet lag, and then I'm going to pop over to Stourbridge and do some filming on the railway over there for the Saturday video, and I need to pop out and get some timber, and I was going to make something today. Now, at the moment we're in a situation where we're pretty much locked down for 12 weeks. I can go out and get food, but that's about all really, and whilst the do-it-yourself stores are open, I don't think it's particularly responsible to be off getting bits of wood and putting myself and family at risk. So I'm staying at home, I'm staying in the shed, I'm going out as little as possible, which means we're going to have to sort of suddenly start and improvise. And now I haven't had a lot of time to do any improvisation. One thing I'm particularly bad at is knowing what day of the week it is even. So really being stuck in here for 12 weeks, it's going to be quite odd, and I probably won't know quite where I am. So I thought the first thing I can make, be quick and easy just this week, is a little counter that'll tell me roughly where I am in that 12 weeks, and we can do it. It's just like a calendar really, but I just thought it was a different twist on it, and I'm just going to use anything that I can find lying around, and we'll see how it works. So I'm going up in the roof first, and we're going to have a look and see what there is up there by way of timber that will be suitable. Now, pretty much everything I've got up here is this tulip wood that I've been getting from the recycle place, various sizes. What I want to do is something like a calendar where you've got blocks that you can just move every day, and I'll probably have a go with the laser engraver and get that going. So I want something that sort of size. Don't know what that is. 25, 30 mil, that should do. So I can cut some squares, 30 mil, some cubes. That would make the weeks and days symbols. Could do with something slightly bigger. Again, I'll stick with the tulip wood. That's just normal pine. That's tulip. Again, just want something on it that'll say countdown or something. And if I can introduce a bit of contrast, I've got a manky piece of what was, I think, walnut that's a bit scabby, but may well do me as a base and looks nice with the tulip wood. So I think that'll probably get me started. We'll have a go. Right, now this is the sort of thing I'm thinking. I get a plinth of some sort, probably in the walnut, just to give us a base. That'll be the dark wood. And then I want some cubes on something that'll tell me what day and what week it is, so perhaps I'll need two blocks for the weeks, because we're going to go up to 12, so we'll have something that will say week and something that will say day, and then we'll have something bigger which will be block, which will, you know, say countdown or something, and then on that you'll have a block for the week, which will be 00 it'll start at day 1, and then you'll go up to 7, and then it'll go to week 1, day 1, and then you'll go up to 10 and 11, so it'll run me through like that. It's almost the same sort of things you'd have with a calendar. You could just put a January, and you could put 01, 02 and all that sort of thing. It's similar sort of thing to that. So that's the thing I'm intending to make. I'm going to need, I think, 4 cubes to get all the numbers that I want to work properly. I'm going to need a couple of bits with week and day on them, and I'm going to have to decide what I want to call this thing, whether I call it a corona clock or something, I don't know, but that'll be that, and then I can store the spare block that I'm not using around the back on the plinth. That, as I say, will all be white wood, and that will be dark wood. So the first thing to do is to cut myself 4 cubes that are completely 30mm by 30mm by 30mm. Now I've put a stop on the saw. I've done 2 or 3 test ones to get roughly to the right size and just refined it down, so that I'm now cutting cubes that are 30, or lengths off this 30 by 30, which are also 30mm. So I'm just going to cut 4 of those. Works. Right, that's the simple set of parts. There's just the base. You can see that piece of, I think it's walnut. It's 30p, so it's the whole thing's not going to cost me a lot. The intention is to do one of these with week and day on it, and it'll go on there somewhere. I don't quite know where yet. That one will have whatever it is, and I haven't decided yet what I'm going to call it. Corona countdown or something, I don't know. That'll go on there, and then you'll be week 0, 0 or 0, 1 or whatever it is, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then the last bit will be the day. I've done myself some spares just in case it goes on. There's 1 spare I need anyway, which will hide behind there, another 2 spares. That'll do us for 1,000 weeks. I think it probably should be long enough with that. If it does, if it doesn't, well, I won't be here anyway. I'm just going to make a rough base for the laser engraver to sit on, so that we can get blocks underneath it.
Now, I would at least argue that toothpaste hoarding is one of the more innocent manifestations.
Right, now I've decided that the best thing, rather than calling it a COVID counter or anything else like that that's specific, if I call it counting the weeks, I can use this for all sorts of things. Countdown to make a central if it ever gets reorganised, countdowns to holidays, things like that, so it becomes a bit more useful. I've glued a couple of bits of cardboard in now to give a space, so that whenever I put one of the blocks in, it should be in the right place for the letters when they run, the numbers I mean, sorry. So I'm just going to now whip through. I need to do a series of numbers on these blocks on each side, so I'm just going to whip those off now. We'll start with the letter 0. Right, that's all the parts made. What I'm just going to do is, if I can get into the childproof lock on the oil, is to give it some Danish oil just to finish it, bring out the grain a bit on the various bits of timber, and then we can put it all together. Right, well that's it. I've now got the means to know how long I've been in here, confined to the workspace. Finished. Right, well there you go. Hope you enjoyed the build. It's a little bit specific in that instance, but you could adopt that principle to do a straightforward calendar with one block for the January, February, Marches, one block for the dates. Simple thing, just knocking off a few bits of material. I've made one or two jokes during it about how long it's going to go on for and things like that. All I can say is to everybody out there, I'm the worst person in the world to be taking any advice on health and safety, as you've noticed when I'm doing stuff in here. But that's only when it affects me. This thing is affecting everybody, and I think it is incumbent on us all to take notice of what everyone's saying, not go out if you don't have to, and stay safe. Hope you'll all be looking after yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.